Mr. Chairman, many people were skeptical about the capability of the new administration to come out of the quagmire which had existed in the past. Nevertheless, I entreated my staff not to be despondent, but be hopeful. I impressed upon them to change their mindset from wondering why the ministry was so deprived of resources to pondering over what collectively we can do to turn the fortunes of the ministry around. I assured the staff in particular, and Ghanaians as a whole, that I was not appointed as a minister to come and lament over the state of affairs, but rather to face the challenges I inherited. Together as a team, we embarked on a journey of recovery, a journey many skeptics thought it was a mission impossible. Mr. Chairman, I'm happy to report that within 13 months in office, and with the support of my hardworking staff, these actions have been taken or are in progress. They are the rehabilitation of the Accra Sports Stadium has started, as you all know, and I've seen, I just cut the sort for the rehabilitation project. The reconstruction of the Zuma Nelson Sports Complex into a modern youth and sports center of excellence has also begun in earnest. Refurbishment of the dilapidated office block of the ministry is ongoing, and those of you who have been coming there, you've seen that. Sword cutting for the construction of 9 additional youth resource centers, which include sports facilities for no less than 10 sporting disciplines, and of course, a youth development center will begin next week. So from next week, you will see myself and my team going around the country to cast salt for the construction of these youth resource centers throughout the country. Each region is going to have a modern, multi-purpose youth and sports center. We have the money for it, so everything is ready. And here, I must give thanks to capable, creative hands at the Youth and Sports, at the Youth Authority, headed by Honorable Emmanuel Sigri. I'm part of them for that legacy project. These are legacy projects Ghanaians will have. Mr. Chairman, I've so far painted a picture of what it is at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. And let me also quickly add this one. Many of the federations have also received increased support from the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Some of them, 6 years, did not receive any support. Some 10 years. But for the past 1 year, within 13 months or so, I'm happy to report to you that most of these federations have received increased support for their local and international programs. So let me now take you through setup agency by agency and give you a brief performance review of the agencies under me. Let me begin with the youth sector. In line with the MPP manifesto promise, here I quote, that the youth institutes are a major source of human capital for the transformational agenda of the country, end of quote. However, we are all aware that the major challenge facing the youth is lack of job opportunities. The unemployment situation is a threat to our security and our democracy. That is a fact. The youth unemployment is a threat to our security and our democracy. The ministry is therefore doing all that it can to empower the youth and employ their skills and talents for sustained growth of the economy and involve them in decision-making processes at all levels. Accordingly, the following projects and programs were rolled out last year. Step towards employment and productivity. In line with the manifesto of change, an agenda for jobs, and the African Union vision of harnessing the demographic dividend through investment in the youth, the NYA launched the Step Towards Employment and Productivity project in Kumasi. The project involves skill training for young people in areas such as cosmetology, agribusiness, welding and fabrication, ICT, and dressmaking. We have also introduced what we call digital marketing and entrepreneurship. So currently, as we speak, 3,000 youth are undergoing digital marketing and entrepreneurship skills training program throughout the country. Already, an MOU has been signed with EcoBank Ghana Limited to engage all the trainees after the completion of the training program. We are also building state-of-the-art resource centers for the youth. And as I've said, it's going to happen in all the 10 regions. Accra is happening at Canadian Sports Complex, Asimah Nelson Youth and Sports Center. These centers will have the following facilities: FIFA standard football pitches in all the 10 regions. FIFA standard football pitches in all the 10 regions. So the idea is that we can even host some of these international matches in maybe a place called Achumamponwa in Nyahini. That would be fantastic. Hosting the Black Queens in Nyahini. Everyone will love it. Hosting the Black Queens in Bolga, they'll be happy. In Wa, that is the idea. Hosting Blasters, some other day in all these places, so that Ghanaians will love it and then they will appreciate it. So that is the idea, is bringing sports closer to the people, developing grassroots sports. So then basketball, handball, tennis, and volleyball courts, counseling rooms, ICT centers, entrepreneurship training centers, restaurants, gymnasiums, and of course, multipurpose conference or theater halls. So all these facilities will be part of these multipurpose youth centers we are going to build across the country. The NYA, as you are aware, has 11 youth leadership skills training centers across the country. Over the years, these institutes have suffered, to a large extent, neglect, as you are aware, and almost on the verge of collapse. And when we came to power, these institutes were in arrears in terms of feeding grants. 7 terms feeding grants, they were in arrears, amounting to about 1.9 million Ghana cedis. As we speak now, we have settled all these arrears. We don't owe them. They have been paid in full. And currently, these are the projects we are doing in all these youth centers. A 300-seating capacity multipurpose hall with kitchen attached to each of the institutes at Asiamah and Alerigu in the Upper East and Northern regions, respectively. A dormitory block, each at the institutes in Ajuma, Konga, France, Central region, Western region, Takrasi, Eastern region, Afenia, Greater Accra region, and of course, Sandema, Upper East region. And that is the home region of the capable CEO. So I'm happy that he hasn't forgotten his own home region. On the issue of volunteerism, as we are aware, over the past, volunteerism has paid a lot for most countries. Ghana has benefited a lot in terms of volunteerism. In some countries, they have quantified the contribution of volunteerism. It's in huge amounts. Ghana is not an exception in terms of volunteerism work in the construction of health facilities, community markets, water, and other social amenities across the country. In 2017, over 600 local volunteers and 120 international volunteers from over 50 African countries participated in community health and sanitation activities in Ghana. Ghana hosted over 120 young people from 54 states across Africa for the 8th batch of the African Union Volunteer Group pre-deployment training program. The training program was hosted at the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA. These volunteers, which included young people from Ghana, will be deployed by the AU to serve in different capacities in various parts of the continent. We are also having a program on Commonwealth Alliance of Young Volunteers, developing volunteerism and, of course, developing entrepreneurship among young people. That project happened in this country. We hosted a number of people on youth volunteerism and entrepreneurism. One, Bernard Odo-Techi, was elected as the first coordinator for the chapter, which was launched in Accra by officials from the Commonwealth Secretariat. The authority has since established the Ghana chapter of Commonwealth Alliance of Young Entrepreneurs and Volunteers with 5 young entrepreneurship networks. We also have our international obligations that I'm proud to say we've honored all of them. About 47 Ghanaian youth took part in various activities and programs worldwide. This includes youth capacity building program for ECOWAS youth in Benin and Burkina Faso, 5th order session of the Pan-African Youth Union in Sudan, 19th World Festival of Youth and Students in Sochi, Russia. Youth leaders from Commonwealth countries also met in Uganda. Youth exchange program for strengthening youth organizations, capacities in South-South cooperation in Colombia, and of course the 7th UN Economic and Social Council Youth Forum in New York, United States of America. We are also reviewing the National Youth Policy that was launched in the year 2010 to make sure that it is in tune with current trends and happenings. So already a technical committee has been set up to review the National Youth Policy that was launched in 2010. We are also organizing the National Patriotism Lectures in all the 10 regions, organize volunteer work camps in 30 districts of the country, and of course, continue with the state projects that I already said about. And of course, we are also going to ensure that we comply with the Act that was passed in 2016, the NY Act, to ensure that we have regional committees for youth development and district committees for youth development. This is in compliance with the Act that we have. Mr. Chairman, in the sports sector, the ministry is pursuing a two-pronged approach to sport development. First, there's an approach to use sports as an end in itself, and second, an approach to use sports as a means to an end. The end is judged by the trophies and markers and medals that we won at the international and, of course, national levels. And Ghana, I must say that this is an area we are always interested in, medals and trophies. But this ministry wants to use sports as a tool for job creation, a tool for national development, a tool for engaging young people in so many economic activities. So that is the attention of the ministry now, so that if you're able to develop them potentially, economically, then these trophies will come as a matter of course. So we need to focus more on ensuring that they are an integral part of the national economic development. That's what we want to do. To an end, it's a use of sport to achieve development goals such as economic development, health promotion, job creation, peaceful coexistence, teamwork, acceptance of rules and regulations, and respect for one another, and of course, the mitigation, of course, of social vices such as drug abuse, racism, hooliganism, violence, corruption, cheating, and discrimination, which, unfortunately, has affected some parts of our sporting disciplines. And I'm happy we have the GFA everybody are here. What we have also done is to also have rules of engagement with the federations. So for the purpose of establishing cordial working relation between the ministry and the National Sports Federation, the ministry and the Sports Authority met all the 44 federations to discuss and establish rules of engagement. And these are some of the rules that we have established. Now we should develop the sports locally. What we have seen over the years is that we seem to be more interested in international programs against local content, developing games locally. So we are insisting that we must have about 80% presence, visibility locally. The games must be fed locally. And that discussion went on well with the federations, and they have bought into that idea. So this year, we are going to implement fully that decision that we have taken to the federations, that have your presence about 80% locally. You should be more visible across the country. Why can't we have swimming activity taking place in Sanduma, taking place in Wale Wale, in Sekiri also? Yes, that's the point. We need to do all these things. So that is why, as a ministry, we have begun with sports infrastructure development, so that there will be no excuse anywhere. In order for the ministry to reorganize Sports Federation as a national one, it should have, as I said, presence in all these regions, except in exceptional cases like Akosi Frimpong participating in the just ended Winter Olympic Games. That one can be an exceptional case. That one can be a very exceptional case. But others, you know, we should develop them well. Mr. Chairman, we also asked the federations to consult the ministry before bidding for international competitions. Over the years, what we have noticed is that you only hear federations come to the ministry with their international program, that now we are going to host Taekwondo in Ghana, internationally we are going to host athletics in Ghana. No, what we insist is that federations should first have a dialogue with the ministry before they can have international programs organized here. Simple reason is that we need to respect protocols, understand, so that in the area of arranging for their visit to Ghana in terms of VIP treatment and all these areas is respected as a country, because we have signed treaty to respect all those who visit this country. So that is one thing we've asked them to do. Let us have a dialogue so that we approve of you going to bid for international programs. And I'm happy to state that within the past 1 year or so, Ghana, through the support of the ministry, we were able to get some of our officers elected into some of these international boards or bodies. You can talk of Justice Eni Yabua, who is the Supreme Court judge. He is the chairman of FIFA's Disciplinary Committee. Beninu Mensah, council member, African Weightlifting Federation. Nikwe Kuma, vice president of African Hockey Federation. Richard Akopovi, member of International Olympic Committee. I hope I'm right.
You're right.
I'm right. Yes. Yes. Elizabeth King, treasurer, African Hockey Federation. Charles Osesibe, deputy general secretary for African Arm Wrestling Federation. Kwesi Nyantachi, vice president of CAF. Anthony Bafo, deputy general secretary of CAF. Sani Diarra, CAF media expert. Alex Asante, CAF general coordinator. Isaac Ado, CAF general coordinator. So we are proud of these achievements as a ministry, because we also need to have our men and women out there so that Ghana will also have that kind of the leverage that we want. Within the past 1 year too, there has been a cordial relationship with departments and agencies under me. I would like to place on record that the good relationship that exists between myself, my CEOs and agencies have helped a lot. And that is why I'm proud of. So far, myself, NYE, NSC, Sports College, GOC, and other federations, we are all having a very nice relationship. I must say, as a human institution, sometimes there may be challenges. There may be differences in opinion. But I must tell you honestly that I always employ diplomacy in handling some of these issues. We dialogue and come out with a solution. So I'm happy with my associations and federations and agencies, and I hope this will continue, because as a leader, my job is to ensure that there's a smooth running of my ministry. I will not benefit from fighting with any of them. I will not benefit. And it's the respect I have for them, those are the respect for me. So we are working as a team, very important. Support for the other federations, the ministry financially supported these federations: arm wrestling, athletics, badminton, basketball, cycling, handball, hockey, tennis, volleyball, and weightlifting. There is an innovative idea that we've brought on board, youth in sports. The idea is to ensure that through sports, we can engage productively, economically with our associations and federations. So we have programs on board to engage all these people, to ensure that sport becomes an area of job creation, and to ensure that through that, we can also have some of these young people who can also earn some living. So we have created these models or these courses under the Youth in Sports program. Pitch management. This program is important because we want to promote this culture of maintenance across the country. So all this infrastructure that we want to put out, these facilities, we need to maintain them. So we are going to have a course in pitch management, dedicated young men and women who will be trained in how to maintain these pitches that we are going to construct across the country, so that they will be in good shape all the time. There's also going to be janitorial services, cleaning services. You visit some of our stadia, so if you know, the kind of cleaning that we have, it's not the best at all. We need to put in place an effective cleaning program so that when you visit this stadia, you will smell good. Very important. The Ghana Premier League. The ministry regrets so much the unfortunate delay in the start of the Premier League, and is actively intervening to find a lasting solution to the impasse between Accra Gate Olympics and the Ghana Football Association. We are engaged with them. There's about last week, for example, I met GACA, their leaders. I've also met DFA, the executives, all in a bid to find lasting solution to the crisis that bedevil the league currently. So as a minister, I'm concerned. I'm not happy at all. I'm not honest with you. I'm not happy at all. And I've said it openly to the GFA president that whatever it takes, resolve this issue so that the league can continue. It's an avenue for job creation for certain people in this country. You know it. Anytime I go to the stadium, at least my donut will be bought. That also, I'll buy both fruit. And that is a means of getting somebody some means of income. Cocoa, these are sold there. These little things help our people. So I've told him that please make sure you resolve all the differences that we have to ensure that the league starts well. We are also engaged in sound, effective sound financial management of our resources. Prudence is important. We make sure that whatever it is that we have, there's that prudence in the way we manage our resources. That is why when I came and I saw the fat amount of money being spent on hotel accommodation of a national team coach, I was upset. I said, wow. So we can spend as much as $8,000 per month, $12,000 per month on a national team coach. Wow, this cannot happen. Let's put a stop to this rot. And we have stopped it. We have stopped it. Now, you also on TV, we have a permanent residence for our national team coach. Yes. So, it's a residence for present and future coaches of our national team, the Black Stars. Very important. It will save us some cities so that we can also get support for other federations. Winning bonuses for our national teams. It was a major issue. I had to travel to Gabon. And here I'm grateful to the GFA president for his cooperation. Kudos, Percy. I'm proud of you. Where is he? I'm proud of you for that intervention that you made. It was not easy. Somebody is enjoying the $10,000, bringing it to $5,000. Brother, it was not easy at all. In Gabon, it was difficult. But thanks for his cooperation and the cooperation of other officers here, Free and Co, Adu and Co. They were all cooperative. We all sat down and then we agreed that for national interest. So I asked them, you are worth more than $5,000. The players, you are worth more than $5,000. Let us develop that high sense of patriotism and nationalism for our country. And they agreed. They agreed. I didn't force them. So here, I want to report to you, Mr. Chairman, that the players are more patriotic to the cause of this country. They are more patriotic. Our players are more patriotic. Yes, it's all about that we needed for this approach. Sit down with us, resolve it. That's all that we needed. Respect, that's all that they needed. To sit down with them. And they were happy that I traveled away to interact with them on this issue. It's honorable, this is all that we needed. Because some of us, we pay more to our people than what you are giving us. They told me, honorable, those monies, we don't spend them more. We give it to Ghanaians, our own people. Yes, that's what they told me. I said, those amount that you give us. Whenever you come to Ghana, we spend on our family members, our friends, our former schoolmates. That's what we do. So that should tell you that there must always be leadership. Leadership is important. Dialogue with the people and they will understand your approach. So, Kwesi, thank you for the cooperation. I'm proud of you. Yes, to have sustainable development and promotion of our sports, we need to have dedicated funding. And that is why last year I launched a special committee, I put a special committee in place for the creation of a sports fund for this country, headed by my capable piles. I'm proud of this gentleman. You know, the trick to our relationship, in 2003, we both contested for NPP National Youth Secretaryship. We both contested. Don't talk. We both contested in Second D, one of the hottest elections, young, vibrant people. We went, and as for the results, I won't tell you. So that's the trick, and we are like brothers, everything, do everything together. So he is heading that project, and I'm proud to report to you that so far they have made progress. They have advanced, and very soon there will be a cabinet paper for an onward transmission to Parliament. So the President is committed, we are all committed to getting a dedicated source of funding. When it's dedicated, you're okay. Supported by an act of Parliament. It's by law. So we are going to have that funding arrangement for sports development and promotion in this country. Another very important issue, this is an issue when I was a ranking member, when I was in opposition, I spoke so much about the issue of the World Cup participation of Ghana year 2014. The Brazil fiasco. The Brazil disaster. You can give all the names to Brazil, whatever happened there. Yes, when I was in opposition, yes, I led my front in opposition. I was a ranking member. I had a press conference, spoke against it. Now I'm in government. and I'm the Minister for Youth and Sports. The same area I had to criticize for efficiency. That's the point. I had to criticize for efficiency. The same area. So now I'm in charge. Being law-abiding, a government that believes in the rule of law, believes in democracy, why not? We need to respect whatever law that is available. So far as it's put in place by a competent regime, we need to respect it. The implementation of the World Cup Commission's report. And let us have a little bit of education here. All that you saw on TV by the Commission's report, somebody can talk of using $20,000 to buy what is it? Coconut, all those things that we saw, all those tears that you witnessed on TV. Let me be honest with you. What is binding on the state is the white paper that was approved and signed by the then president. That is what is binding on the state. So when you look at the comparison, for example, there is, there is almost a 400-page report of the commission, and the white paper that contains about 19 to 21, 24 pages. That's the difference. So the commission's report has almost like 400 pages. But the white paper, that is law, that is binding on us, is about 19, 20, 24 pages. And that is what we need to implement. So per the white paper, there are recommendations which were accepted and those who were accepted with modifications and those that were rejected outright. Some were accepted in whole. Some were accepted with modifications. Others were rejected outright. That is what we have. And so, what as a minister or as a team here, we are implementing is what was accepted and what was accepted with modifications. I hope I'm clear. Please, this education is important. This education is important because of other issues that have come up. What is obligatory on the state is those accepted and those accepted with modifications and not those rejected. So you might have heard so many things on TV, but what is binding is what is here. But when a white paper is issued, those implicated, those indicted, have within 6 months to contest the issues in court. Please, this education is important. When a white paper is issued, those implicated, indicted in the white paper, have within 6 months to contest the issues in court. So the others, I cannot touch them because they are being battled in court. Others are being battled in court. So until the court takes a decision, I cannot venture those areas. Please, this education is very important. Yes, you may have heard of a certain name being mentioned, but if that person is in court, there's nothing much I can do. There's nothing I can do. Not much. There's nothing I can do. Because rule of law prevails in this country. You have to respect the laws. And if you don't believe that he's been cited wrongly, he's been accused wrongly, he has that right, that opportunity to go to court to defend himself or herself. So that is it. This one, nobody can venture that area. Until the court finalizes the issue, we cannot go there. So please, that is the situation we have. The others that, as you are aware, that are banned on that we are implementing. 35, 50 supporters union. It doesn't make sense. It does not help anybody. And what I've observed is that when we go for programs, then they begin fighting among themselves, competing unnecessarily for common ground, common terrain. You are all supporting Ghana for sports to develop, to grow. So why would all these splinter groups of supporters now? So they have agreed. So when I met them, they've agreed. So now they have this National Alliance of Supporters. When we went to India, some of them were supported to India, to corporate sponsorship. Some went to India. So that position, we believe, must be sustained. Let us have one supporters union of Ghana promoting sports. Prize monies for national teams are accounted to the ministry. yes, whatever they get, they are coming to the ministry. The sport bill, and these are the recommendations, please, containing the community support accepted by the white paper, but some with modification. Those are the issues I'm raising now. At that time, we didn't have any sports act. Now, we have a sports act passed by Parliament. That's what we are implementing now. The GFA makes full declaration of details of funding and expenditure for friendly matches. This is strictly enforced, and the GFA has always complied with the directive. He's always in my office with any friendly match issue. The contracts are brought to my office, so that has also been complied with. The president of GFA is no more the chairman of the Black Stars Management Committee. Because are you still? He's devoted himself. Nyandachi is no longer the chairman of the Black Stars Management Committee as it used to be before Brazil World Cup. So he's no longer the chairman, and that principle too, I think we should sustain it. I hope it's correct. Yes. Now you are the chairman. That one too, I think we should think about it. You have to think about it. Please, we have a dialogue on that issue so that the independence of that committee will also be guaranteed. For me, let us have a dialogue on that. If the president cannot do it, I don't think, but the commission did not say you cannot do it, please. Please, it did not say that. But going forward, I think we have to look at it, yes. Players are now paid bonuses in local currencies, yes. They are paid in cedis. They are all there. This is my chief accountant. If I go, all the records are there. Since I became a minister, they are paid in cedis and not in dollars. With checks. We don't give them cash. No, we don't do that. And since I came, please, we haven't flown any money abroad. That is a fact. It should be stated. So we are complying with everything. Have you flown any money abroad? As it happened in the Rambo Star, we haven't done it. Yes. There's nothing like that. It doesn't happen. So please, those who are also accused, please bear in mind that we are also making some changes at the ministry. We have not flown any money outside. All payments are done in Ghana here. Yes. They're done in Ghana here. Bonuses, they are all paid in Ghana here. Checks. So that it can be verified. I'll come there, I'll give you all the checks. All of them. He has, yeah. Or, how do you say it? Eh? Yes. So now programs and projects within this period. Programs and projects within this period. Ghana hosted and won the West African Football Union World Cup, which was held in Cape Coast in September 2017 by local Black Stars. Ghana is currently in Gold Coast Commonwealth for the Commonwealth Games. They left yesterday. Yes. They left yesterday for the Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast, Australia. The national female football team, the Black Queens, recently won the World Women's Zone B Championship by beating the host country, La Côte d'Ivoire. The ministry has approved a package of $32,000 for the Black Queens. So from here, the accountant will pay them, will give them some bonus, $32,000 for the dollars. $32,000. $32,000. So 32,000 times 4. You do the calculation. So that is it. So each will get $1,000. See the equivalent of 4,500. That also? Yes, that is it. So that is the package for the Black Queens for making Ghana proud. That was West Africa Zone B. West Africa Zone B. The waffle one for the male was the entire West Africa. This is West Africa Zone B. So let us make that distinction clear. So that you don't compare, I beg you. The waffle one in Ghana was for the entire West African region. The 16 countries came to Ghana. This one was for 8 countries in Côte d'Ivoire. Yes. The national under-17 team, the Black Maidens, have also qualified for the FIFA Women Under-17 World Cup tournament to be held in November 2018 in Uruguay. And the Black Princesses too have qualified for the FIFA Women Under-20 World Cup to be held in France, August this year. So we are going to provide them enough preparation so that when they go, they will make Ghana proud, both national teams. We are already in discussion for their camping arrangements and everything. We need to prepare them adequately so that they can go and make Mother Ghana proud. Yes. Ghana is preparing to host the African Women's Cup of Nations tournament in November, December this year. A local organizing committee is in place and is working hard to ensure a successful tournament. Government has approved an amount of $8 million. The President, His Excellency, President Akufo-Addo, has approved an amount of $8 million for the hosting of the tournament. This will include some renovation works at Accra Sports Stadium, training pitches at Airwork, and Robert Mensah Stadium in Cape Coast. So there will be some training pitches being put in good shape for the tournament. All these things will be done. It is also of interest to note that the Ministry financially supported 12 other disciplines to participate in the international competitions. These sporting disciplines, together with other parasports, won Ghana a total of 90 medals. So we are proud of these sporting disciplines. Put together about 12 of them with parasports produced 90 medals for Ghana. This year's National Sports Festival is built to take place in Cape Coast in July, August. Ghana will also participate in the 2018 African Youth Games in Algeria from 18 to 28 July. Plans are also underway to revive the security services games, that's the CESA Games. I'm in touch with my colleague ministers of Defense and Interior to revive the CESA Games for the security services. Mr. Chairman, the National Sports College has also received enough attention from this regime. And you know, the college mandate is to provide academic and professional support for sports sector in this country and also beyond. But sometimes we have other people from other countries who come there for training programs. The ministry is working on a legal framework to strengthen the sports college so that it can bite more. That project is ongoing to have a framework for the College of Sports development in this country. In the interim, the college continues to organize training programs for football, volleyball, and tennis coaches, sports journalists, sports facility managers, and Key-Fit Club managers or instructors. Mr. Chairman, in conclusion, we have reached a stage where youth and sport development have assumed much importance and therefore require a lot of attention. We intend to collaborate much more with the media for the purpose of public education, seeking their opinion on youth and sports matters of national interest. Considering the depth from where we are coming from, there is no doubt that modest gains have been achieved within the past 13 months in office. However, we are aware that a lot more needs to be done. I wish to assure the good people of Ghana of my ministry's unflinching commitment to improving the lot of our youth to enable them live meaningful lives and contribute to national development. We are also committed to providing and maintaining the necessary sports infrastructure for sustained development in sports and to ensuring that sports is used as a tool to promote the image of Ghana and also as a tool for human and national development. We look forward to an enhanced partnership and cooperation with you in our collective resolve and effort to promote youth and sport development in Ghana. Thank you all for your attention and may God bless Ghana.